Hello everyone, welcome to Max Academy's educational video Knowing Science. What is matter? Anything that occupies space and has a definite mass or volume is called a matter. It can be of different shapes, sizes, and textures. Let us take a football. You can see in this picture that the football has occupied a space of the ground, and when you kick or lift it up, then you can feel some weight of it. Hence, the football has a mass and also occupies some space, so it is a matter. Matter can be either living or non-living thing that can be either as small as a single particle of sand or as large as a huge mountain. Similarly, air, plant, cloud, stone, food, animals, human beings, and many other things that occupy some space and has a definite mass is known to be a matter. Now you may think that does air really have any mass or does it occupy any space? Then yes, it does. Take the same example of the football that is filled with air. What happens if the football bursts or the air leaks out of it? It will become very light and shapeless. That means when it was filled with air, it has some weight and also occupied the space inside the football. Hence, air can also be said to be a matter. States of matter. Matter has been categorized into three states: solid, liquid, and gas. So we will be detailing about these states of matter later on, but before that, let us know about what these matters consist of and how are they made and what are their physical nature. Let us take the example of water. Look at this glass of water. Do you know what is water made up of? It is made up of very tiny particles. Millions and billions of tiny particles joined together to make this water. But we cannot see them because they are very small in nature. Doesn't it sound strange? But it has been proven by the scientists, and one of them was Boltzmann. Now let us take one more example of sand. When you look at a desert from a distance, then you would find it to be a plain land. But when you go near and pick a handful of sand, you will find that it consists of many small particles of sand. These are not that much smaller, so we can see it, we are able to see them. But those single particles also consist of much more smaller particles. So from here we come to know about the physical nature of matter, that they are very small in size and matter is made up of very tiny particles known as atom. Now let us discuss about the properties of these particles. Particles have spaces between them. Have you ever seen anyone taking a disprin tablet while they are having a headache? What happens when you drop the tablet in a glass of water? It will start dissolving itself in it and will disappear within seconds, making the water clear. So where does this goes? It disperses and settles into the empty spaces that are present between the particles of matter. The same thing happens when sugar, salt, Dettol or any other soluble substance is mixed with water. It goes and captures the empty spaces available between the particles. So this intermixing of particles of two different types of matter on their own is termed diffusion, which becomes faster on heating. Let us prove this by performing an activity. Let us take a basket and fill it with balls till the top and do not leave any space within the basket. Now take a handful of sand and pour into the basket. You will observe that the sand isn't overflowing from the basket, but it goes and settles somewhere in the basket. So this explains that particles are having some spaces between them where this substance settled itself. Property number 2. Particles are moving continuously. Let us take the same glass of water. We learnt earlier that this water consists of many tiny particles. These particles are never at rest position. They keep on moving from one place to another, performing a very random motion. Have you ever seen light entering into a dark room through the window or the ventilator? The light also consists of many dust particles with it entering into the room. And these dust particles too move from one place to another. They keep on changing their position, performing a random motion. Similarly, all the matters have the same property, but some can be seen and some cannot. So we conclude over here that particles are never at rest. They keep on moving from one space to other, and this motion is known as Brownian motion. Let us perform an activity to prove this. Take a glass of water and pour a drop of ink into it. You will observe that the ink will start spreading into the water slowly. And lastly, it will mix with the water, changing the color of the water. So what does happens here is the particles carry each other from one space to another, performing a Brownian motion. Hence, they completely mixes each other because they move constantly. Property 3. Particles attract each other. To prove this, let us take an iron nail, a chalk and a rubber band. Now, try to break them. The nail by hammering, the chalk with hand and the rubber band by stretching. What do we see is breaking the nail requires a lot of strength. The chalk broke easily and the rubber band required a little force to break. Hence, this proves that the particles of iron are held with a strong force of attraction than chalk and the rubber band. The chalk is held with a weaker force and the rubber band with a medium force. So the strength of force is different from one matter to another. So here we conclude that particles of matter have force acting between them which keeps them together, but the force of attraction differs from substance to substance. Coming with the activity, open a tap and try to cut the stream with your finger. You will observe that the water is still running down and you won't be able to cut the stream with your finger because the particles of the water joins together with a force of attraction. Hence, we are unable to cut the stream. So, here we learned about matter, its physical nature, and the characteristics of it, and also the states of matter. So, in the next video, we will be detailing about the three states: solid, liquid, and gas.